Hi guys! In this tutorial I'm going to be showing you how to do this berry stitch. And you can do this berry stitch in any color. As you can see, it's very textured. On the back it's completely flat and it really takes on the color that you use on the top of your berry. But it's very textured, and depending on the berries that you want to make, you can make like blueberries or any kind of color berries that you want. You can even make up colors. And I just used red and green because I was thinking more like cherries. So to do the stitch, you're going to need 2 different colors, and you can do it in any size yarn and whatever hook size that yarn recommends. I used a worsted weight yarn, which is 4 ply for the US, 10 ply for Australia, and I'm using a 5mm hook or a size H hook for the US. The multiples of this stitch is 4, and what that means is that you're just going to chain in sets of 4, 4, 4, 4 until you reach your desired width, and then you're ready to start row 1. Okay, I did my multiples of 4. I have it the width that I want, so I'm ready to start row 1. So to start row 1, you want to single crochet in the second chain from the hook. So you count 1, 2, and in the second chain here, put a single crochet. Now you're going to single crochet in each chain down your row. So continue to just single crochet down your chain, and I'll see you back here for row 2. Okay, for row 2, you want to chain 1 and turn, and you're going to single crochet in the first single crochet of the row. Now you're going to single crochet in the next 2 stitches as well. So single crochet in the second and the third stitch. So you have 3 single crochets in a row. In this next stitch, the very next stitch, you want to work 5 double crochets all worked into that same double crochet. Double crochet in the same single crochet. 5 double crochets in the same single crochet without skipping any stitches. So that's 3, 4, and 5. And again, without skipping any stitches. You won't be skipping any stitches in this pattern. So in the very next stitch, you're going to start your 3 single crochets in a row. So that's 1, 2, and 3, because there'll be 3 single crochets in between each of your 5 double crochets. So you did 3 single crochets in a row, so the very next single crochet you're going to work your 5 double crochets in that same stitch. 2, 3, 4, and 5. And again, without skipping a stitch, you're going to work a single crochet in the next 3 single crochets. Then again, the very next stitch here, you're going to work your 5 double crochets. So keep continuing this down your row, and I'll see you at the end of row 2. Okay, I've come to the end of row 2, and I have 3 single crochets left after I've done my 5 double crochets, so it sticks with the pattern. So you'll work your last 3 single crochets to finish row 2. There we go. As you can see, it kind of looks so not straight, but that's okay. It's supposed to be like that. Now this is when you'll want to change your color. After you have a row of 5 double crochets, then this is when you're going to create berries from your 5 double crochets. So you'll always change your color after that row. You'll be changing your color every single row. And as you can see from this piece, there's fringe on this side and fringe on this side. So it's going to be one of those pieces that you can leave the fringe on at the end, even add some to make it look more fringy at the end, but you will need to cut your yarn each row. And I recommend, because this is how I change colors, is I'm going to back up on that last single crochet that I did, and then I'm going to go into the stitches. Though I'm doing a single crochet, I'm going to pull a loop up, but I'm not going to complete with this color. I'm just going to lay it down, give it about the, about the length that you want your fringe, cut it, and then you want to grab the color that you want to use for the top of the berry. Here I used a green. Here I'm just going to pick this other color because that's what I have here. And you're going to take the new color, and you want to have about the same length of your other fringe, so you can even use it as kind of a guide. I'm going to make it just a little longer, fold it in half, just fold it to create this loop on the end. Then you pick up the loop, and then you're going to put that on your hook and feed it through your 2 loops. Then you're going to pull your original color just to tighten up the loops, just to have a little bit tighter connection here. Then drop your main color, grab up your new color. Then we're ready to start row 3. So you'll chain 1 and not lose your loop. Chain 1 and turn. And in the very first stitch, you're going to put a single crochet. Then you're going to put a single crochet in the next 2 as well. So it's going to be just like we did before. The first 3 stitches of the row are going to be single crochet, single crochet, single crochet. Then it's going to bring us up to our 5 double crochets, and we're going to do a single crochet decrease using all 5 of these stitches. So you'll go into the first double crochet, pull up a loop, go into the next double crochet, pull up a loop. That's 2. You have a total of 5. Next, pull up a loop. That's 3. Next, pull up a loop. That's 4. Next, pull up a loop. That's 5. You should have 6 loops on your hook. So you'll pull through all of those 6 loops, and then you'll chain 1. And then you're going to come right in between again. Remember, you have 3 single crochets in between each. So you're going to do your 1 single crochet, 2 single crochets, 3 single crochets, and it brings me back up to my next 5 double crochets. Again, pick up the first one, pull up a loop, next one, pull up a loop. I always counted, so I have 3, 4, and 5. Got all 5 of them, pull through all 6 loops, and chain 1. And then again, you'll put a single crochet in the next 3 stitches. So continue this down your row, and I'll see you when you get back. Just finishing up my row, putting my last 3 single crochets to end the row. And again, now we're going to be changing colors. You'll be changing colors every row. The only row that you didn't change colors 2 times in a row was the first and second row, but from now on it's going to be changing colors every single row. So again, I'm going to cut my yarn. Excuse me. And I'm going to pick up my other color. And again, I'm going to add it just like I did before, but I need to back up again on my previous row because I want to complete my single crochet with a new color. Pull through those, tighten that up a little bit. Okay, so we're on 1, 2, 3, we're on row 4. So we'll chain 1 and turn. It's always chain 1 and turn. Okay, so these are going to be offset, as you can see. They're not lined up. They're diagonal. So for this row, excuse me. So for this row, it's going to be right off the bat that we're going to be doing it. So we chained 1, we turned, put a single crochet in the very first stitch. Now we're going to be working in our single crochets. Remember, we did 3 single crochets between each berry, Now we're always going to be doing a single crochet before, in the first of the 3. We'll work our 5 double crochets here in the center one, and then we'll this one will be one of the first single crochets of the next set. But just know that now we're working in the center of the center single crochet out of these 3 single crochets we have going on in between each of our berries, which includes the very first, because we have 3 single crochets at the beginning. So we'll do a single crochet here, and then in the middle one we're going to want to work 5 double crochets. So 2, 3, 4, and 5 in our middle single crochet here, which leaves us our remaining single crochet, which we will do a single crochet. And because we always want to have 3 single crochets in a row between our berries, the next single crochet you want to put is going to be in this bigger stitch. You know, you have the place here where it's kind of tight, where you pulled it together. You will never put a stitch here. You did a chain 1, which created another stitch here. It's big right beside it. You want to do a single crochet there. You don't need to fight to try to get in that little hole. So you'll do a single crochet there, and then your 3rd single crochet will of course always be the first of these 3. So there we go. We have 3 single crochets in a row ready for next row. So now we've come to the center single crochet here. Again, you're going to work your 5 double crochets in that center single crochet. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then we want to start our next set of 3 single crochets. So we're going to use this single crochet here right next to our 5 double crochets. Again, you're going to skip this tight little stitch here and go into this big stitch here for number 2, which brings us back to our next set of 3, which will be our final set of 3 that we're working on now. So we have our 3 single crochets in a row. Now we're ready in the center single crochet again to put our 5 double crochets. So continue this pattern down your row, and I'll see you when you get to the end. Okay, I'm just finishing my 5th double crochet here on the 4th row, and then your very last stitch of the row will be a single crochet. But don't finish the single crochet, because again you're going to need to change color. So I'm just going to cut that, grab my next color here, feed it through to finish my last single crochet here. Then again you'll chain 1 and turn, and you'll put a single crochet in this first single crochet, and then that'll bring you right up to your first set of 5. Again, you're going to just go into the first double crochet, pull up a loop, then the second, pull up a loop, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Pull through all 6 loops, chain 1. Then you have your next set of 3 single crochets in a row, bringing you back up to your next set of 5. So again, you're going to start your single crochet decrease in the next 5 and chain 1. When you pull through all your loops, it may go back your berry, but just push it forward. The berry should always be facing you, so you can just go ahead and push them forward if you want. So once you get done with your pulling through, you chain 1 and then work your next set of 3 single crochets in a row, and then just continue this pattern down your row. Okay, I've come to the last berry of my row. Pull through all 6 loops, chain 1, and then you'll have a single crochet on the end of your row. You can see that it's starting to be a lot. I know my colors are weird. They gotta look like cupcakes. Anyway, so I'm done with this color. Again, I'm gonna back up, and you can change your color. But this is the last little bit, so I'm not gonna cut my yarn, so I'm just gonna show you how to begin the next row because it's a repeat from this point. We've done complete here and here, and now we're going to be back to here again. So we're going to be doing it in between the sets here. So to start row 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this will be row 6. So be repeating rows 2 through 4. But in actuality, this is going to be row 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I'm going to be on 6th row. So you'll chain 1 and turn. So for row 6, we're going to chain 1, turn, and single crochet in that very first stitch. Now we're going to be doing just like we did for row 1, for row 2, where you had 3 single crochets first. And you start with 3 single crochets. So we have 1 single crochet. Again, you'll skip this tight stitch here, go right into that bigger one next to it to do your second single crochet, and then single crochet in the next, and that will give you your 3 single crochets in a row, which brings us here again to the middle. You'll be working your 5 double crochets in the center one, and then you'll do your next set of 3 single crochets, then 5 double crochets in the center one, and then you will continue just like you did before. And it's just going to be a repeat of rows 2 through 4. So that's it, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial and it was helpful. If it was, please share your love, hit the like button, comment down below. If you want to always be notified whenever I release a new tutorial, which I'm through this winter time, I'm going to be trying to release one every Sunday and Wednesday when I can. And you can always be notified though when I do release it if you hit that little bell button on my main YouTube page next to the subscribe button. Oh, if you're wanting to know what kind of hook this is, you can find this link down below. It's a Furls wooden hook, and I recommend if you're going to order one that you order one with the extended hook. If not, you're only going to get half the size. Also, I have a group on Facebook called Crochet for the Masses, and there we share pictures of crochet projects that we just finished, what we're working on, funny things that we found that has to do crochet related, links to free patterns. It's a great place to go to ask questions too. So that's it, guys. Also, you can find that link down below. So that's it, guys. Thank you so very much for watching.